Yay, get the thumbnail! Hi! Oh, I feel so awkward. I feel like I haven't filmed for weeks again. I kind of haven't, I kind of have, I don't know. My mood is just constantly up and down every day, I feel like. Like one day I'm super motivated, next day I'm not. So I apologize that my posting has been very irregular as of lately. I'm in a weird mood. But one thing that usually puts me in a better mood is a book haul. You might be thinking, well, Charlotte, you have your book buying game called The Chest of Treasures. The chest is somewhere up there. So far, from what we know, you have been allowed to pull 3 book buying prompts. How come then that you have 19 new books in front of you? Well, that is indeed a very good question. Yes, I have my book buying ban, and so far I've been allowed to buy 3 books. We had 1 classic, 1 hardback, and 1 by a favorite author. But one of the exceptions to the rule is that I'm allowed to buy sequels to series I'm currently reading. So there are a few sequels in this mix. Also, I have been gifted some books, which is so sweet. I also do have a Illumicrate subscription, the book only one. So I do receive books from Illumicrate. That's not included in my book buying game. But the rest of the books I can't really defend. Because the thing is, every spring, most of the bookshops in Sweden, or at least in Stockholm and like online, have a huge annual book sale. I feel like book sales are quite rare in Sweden, or at least we don't really get major sales on books. But every spring, around like March, April, the entirety of Sweden just says, hey, let's put most of our books on sale and have great deals and stuff. I saw some books I've been wanting on those book sales. I found some new books on those book sales. And while I was at it, I thought, well, hey, I might as well also buy books that are not on sale. So I blame Sweden for my book haul this time. Book buying game has been motivating, has been fun. I will keep up with it, but I haven't stuck to it. So I'm just gonna go through these books in categories and yeah, let's chat about my new books that I shouldn't own, but do. So let's start with eyeing some books that I've been gifted these last 3 months. So the first 2 books I received, I actually won in a giveaway. I won 1 book, but then Hugo, who hosted the giveaway, was so kind to add another book. So I was very surprised when I opened up 2 books. I requested Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, and he also gave me We Hunt the Flame. Desperate Measures I read for my romance reading vlog, so that's why I wanted it. And yeah, he added this one, which was very, very sweet and unexpected. I read this one already. It is what it is. It's not much more to say about it, to be honest. You can watch that vlog if you're interested. We Hunt the Flame. I think this cover looks so crazy cool. I hope you agree with me. It looks really cool. I love this cover. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this. Another book that I was really surprised by was Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. I got this one from Kirsty from K-Bet Bookish, so thank you so much about that. It was really a surprise because there was not really any occasion for this. It just showed up one day. She was just really sweet and sent me a cute note together with this, and it really made my day because I opened this up when shit was going down in Europe. So yeah, that is so sweet. I'm so excited about it. It's insanely fluffy. It's some sort of adult epic fantasy with Three Musketeers vibes. I love Three Musketeers, so I really do hope to get to this. It's not too long either. I know it's a great series. I also know that Sebastian de Castell has written many other fantasy books that are well known and loved, so I'm very excited to get to this one. So once again, thank you. The final book I received as a gift is actually the book I've been expecting when I open up those other packages, because for Christmas I sent a Christmas gift to Connor, and he later wrote to me and said that, hi, thank you for your gift. I sent you something in return, basically. And that package never came. I'm sure it took like over a month for it to arrive. Something happened with it. But one day it finally showed up outside of my door, and that book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm trying to collect these Penguin Classics sort of classics. I don't have many. This is my 3rd, so not sure if you can call it a collection yet. I know that Connor reads a lot of classics and he's great with it, so I think this is very sweet. I'm happy I can tell who it's from, kind of. It makes me smile. Once again, thank you so much. I'm so glad it arrived. I'm sorry it took time. I don't know what Amazon was doing. They messed things up or something. But yeah, it arrived. I'm excited about it. I've been meaning to read more classics, and I definitely will one day, but for now it's gonna look pretty on my bookshelf at least. I will read it, I promise. It's just that it takes some time for me to get to my classics, okay? So those are the books I've been gifted. Let's now have a quick look at my Illumicrate books. I'm sure you've seen all of these already. Everyone's been unboxing them. I've showed them in my videos as well, but still I will add them to this haul because it's like a collective haul. First book I received was in January, and that was the Ivory Key. This was like an extra book that was given, and it looks so cool. I think it looks stunning. Like, it's so cool. Don't know much about it, but I've seen it a lot on like Goodreads and BookTube and stuff, so I am actually quite excited to get to it, and I'm so glad that even though I have the book-only subscription, I actually got both books. The main book for January was This Woven Kingdom, and this one is so beautiful. It's naked, it does not have a dust jacket, but there's so much foiling on it, and if we look at those end pages, I mean, come on. It's stunning. Once again, don't know much about it. I'm expecting some sort of desert vibe fantasy. No clue. Clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen destined to save her people. Sounds amazing, I'm excited. February's Illumicrate book was A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This one is once again beautiful. It has these red stenciled edges and then without the dust jacket. Okay, the end papers are cool too, but like look at it naked. You know me, I love red, I love me some red, so I think this looks stunning. Once again, no clue what it is about. I actually need to start reading my Illumicrate books. I have not read any of the ones I've received yet, so that's something I'm gonna work on, but they look pretty on my bookcase at least. So those were gifted books and Illumicrate books, and I also have another category before we actually talk about the real damage I've done. One of my exceptions to my book buying ban, although it doesn't even matter as of now, because obviously I've broken the rules, but nevertheless, one of the exceptions to my book buying game and book buying ban and all of that was that I'm allowed to buy sequels to series I'm currently reading. In January, I was reading Jade City, and I actually picked up Jade War. I started reading this like start of February, I think, and then continued with it by the end of February. Haven't really continued with it since, although I really do enjoy it, but I'm about 100 pages in. So I'm hoping to perhaps finish this in April. We're gonna have to see. My April TBR is an entirely different matter. But nevertheless, I got Jade War because it's the sequel to Jade City, and I really enjoyed Jade City, and I am determined to read the series this year. So I got Jade War. And when I had started to read this one and really got into the vibe of things, I actually picked up Jade Legacy 2, which is the third book. All of these are chunkers, all of these are like huge, epic fantasies, but they're so good. They're so good. So I got the entire trilogy basically. So those were the two exceptions to my book buying game. Okay, I'm counting it to 22 now. Okay, I think 22 books. 22 books are my total buys. I have no order to this really. We're gonna go with the flow and see what happens. One of the books I bought the earliest, in March, I think, was Stöld. This is a Swedish book that I intended to read for the Globetrotterathon. I've started it, I'm like 150 pages in or something, and I'm not enjoying it. I still think I will try and finish this someday. It's no longer a priority of mine. I've kind of given up on reading in March, so I won't finish this one. At least I got it for really cheap. This was like the book of the month in the bookshop as well. I mean, it looks really cool, but I'm bored by it. It's not what I hoped for it to be. But I got it. Another one of the earlier books I bought, I don't know how to speak. When I ordered Jade Legacy off of Amazon, I also saw a really weird thing. I saw this book on sale for 19 Swedish crowns, which is basically $2. This book, a brand new paperback for $2. So I saw it on Amazon, like I was going through my wish list because I usually do that when I'm comparing prices and stuff, and I saw that this one was being sold for 19 Swedish crowns, and I was like, that can't be real. Something must be weird. But hey, like I was already buying things off of Amazon, so might as well add this one and see if I will actually receive a book or just a piece of paper or something random. But hey, it's actually a proper book. It's a bit dirty. I don't know, sometimes Amazon books don't look their best, in my opinion. But other than that, it's a proper large paperback that I got for $2, brand new, off of Amazon. I'm very happy with this purchase. This was a great exception and breakage of rules to my book buying game. I don't mind that at all. I've talked about how this is actually one of my 5-star predictions. I've heard amazing things about it. I'm sort of expecting something similar to Otessa Moshfegh's books. I'm excited. I'm glad I got this. This is a bargain. I'm very happy with it. I then actually walked in to another bookshop, I think like 1 or 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I picked up 2 books. Very unmotivated, I picked up 2 books. The first book I picked up was purely because of the cover, and it was not even on sale, and that is Hotel Portofino. It is beautiful. I have no clue what it is about. I have never heard about this book. I have never seen this book. I saw the cover, I thought it looked amazing, and I wanted it. It takes place in Italy in the 1920s. Prosecco is flowing, the sun is shining, but behind the glamour, dark clouds are gathering. It sounds like a great beach read, summer read, spring read. That's the vibes I'm getting, and I'm very excited. Another book I picked up. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how I don't really have multiples of books unless it's because they are in different languages. I bought Midnight Sun, the Swedish translation. In Swedish it is called Midnattssol. I have the first 4 original Twilight books in Swedish. That's what I read when I was like 11, 12. And then Midnight Sun I picked up in English because it was what was released at first and I read in English. So yeah, Midnight Sun I have in English. But I kind of been thinking about getting the Swedish translation just so it will match my other Twilight books. This one was on sale and there was like even a sale on the sale. So I got this one for basically $4. I had not planned on buying this. As I said, it was an idea I've had, but I never really considered actually doing it. But then I saw it and it was on sale and I was feeling down, and then it was more on sale and then I got it. I know, unpopular opinion, but I love this freaking cover. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so freaking cool. I love the ugly pomegranate and I will die on this hill alone. I know that. It does not entirely match my other Twilight books, I have realized, because the font here is a tad bit different than what was published 10-15 years ago. And also I think the height, it's a tad bit higher than those ones, but still it's similar enough to be like, oh, okay, cool, it's a matching book to my Twilight books. And now for the book order that I placed like 2 weeks ago. Let's actually start by trying to see if I could at least match some of my book buying prompts, because I could. One of the first prompts I pulled was to buy a hardback, and the hardback I have been eyeing is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This one just looks amazing. I don't know what it is about, other than the fact that it's inspired by Asian mythology, I believe. But I've only heard amazing things about this book. And I think this cover in particular is so stunning. So I did want this one in a hardback. Like, I knew that. So that's why I thought that, hey, I might be able to use the prompt for that. There's nothing special underneath the dust jacket, really. The end papers are pink, so that's cute, I guess. I'm not certain what it is about. I just know that it's very hyped. Many love it, many love the writing, so I'm very excited to get to it, and I've been eyeing it. Another prompt I pulled in my book buying game was to buy a book by a favorite author. For this one, I actually picked up To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. Hanya Yanagihara is the writer of A Little Life. I love A Little Life. I have not read any other of her works yet, but I intend to. It's definitely an author I would love to read more by. And To Paradise has been so hyped because it was released early this year and everyone knows A Little Life, so everyone is curious about what she will write next. This one is huge. I can't really explain what this one is about. It might very well just make me feel stupid. That's sort of what I expect from this book. Hanya Yanagihara, one of my favorite authors, or an author I would love to read more by, so that's why I'm counting this one for that prompt. Not that it matters, like, I'm messed up. We have already confirmed this. I have already messed up with my book buying game. Final prompt that I drew, the third book buying prompt I have, is to buy a classic. So I bought 2 classics. These were on the book sale. These are 2 Agatha Christie novels. I have never read her books before, and these are the Swedish translations. They were cheaper. That's what I picked up. So we have Murder on the Orient Express and also Death on the Nile. The 2 most classic Agatha Christie books, I guess. I think I'm fine with them being in Swedish. I also think that these are like the movie covers or something, but they look pretty cool. Never read her books, want to. Once again, might be fun summer reads. So those are books I could match to prompt. Now let's just talk about the rest of the books. I picked up Atomic Habits. I've been wanting to read this for a few years, actually. It's some sort of non-fiction about creating great productivity habits or something like that. So many productivity YouTubers and people recommend this book. As I said, I've been eyeing it. It's one of the books that were on sale. I'm actually excited about it. I'm always trying to read more nonfiction. Hopefully this can give me some insight to how to improve my life. I picked up It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I still have not read any Colleen Hoover books. I intend to. The thing that made me want to pick this one up, because this wasn't on sale, I paid full price for this, but the thing that made me want to pick this up now is that there's actually, I think, like a sequel or a prequel to this book coming out this summer, I think, or in August. And that book has a very stunning cover, I think, with like tropical vibes. I love tropical vibes on covers and in books and all of that. So I want to read that one, but in order to read that one, I need to read this one first, of course. But I've also been told that this is not the Colleen Hoover book I should start with. I think I will start by reading Verity before I read this one, but I just wanted to grab it. Another nonfiction I picked up, and this is another book I've also been meaning to get, basically since it was released, and that is You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howell. It's a nonfiction about, I guess, mental health, kind of, written by Daniel Howell. And Daniel Howell is the YouTuber Dan Is Not On Fire back in the day, and I was obsessed with Dan and Phil. I can't really explain it. It goes so deep in me and so far back. Of course, I wanted to purchase his book when he released it last year, I think in like October or November. I never really did. I don't know why. Like, I had it in my cart on multiple occasions, but I just never pulled the trigger and got it. This was actually on sale, so that's why I got it now. I'm very excited to hear more about Dan's experience. A very random book I picked up was Box by Läckberg and Fexeus. If you don't know what this book is, that is completely fine, because it's a book where two Swedish authors collaborated. I have not read anything by either one of these two authors. What made me grab this book is because, one, I think the cover looks really cool. It's red, obviously, and it looks cool. But also, when I've read bits about this book and like heard people talk about it, it seems like there's some sort of like mystery sort of thing. Like a bit of a brain puzzle, and that intrigues me. It's something about a woman that is found dead in a box that has been like stabbed through with swords. I think one police officer and one mentalist are collaborating in trying to figure out what the frick happened. I'm intrigued by the mentalist part. Even though I obviously failed with my last Swedish book attempt, I'm still trying, okay? And I think the last book I picked up in that book sale was The Wedding Party by Tammy Cohen. I've never seen this book. I have no clue what it is about. I just saw it on a book sale. It was very cheap and it sounded fun. Once again, we have wedding setting, a mystery, and like isolated island. That's all I need. And those are the 22 books I've gathered these last 3 months. Talking about them now actually made me even more excited. I was away, and when I got home, I had this package of my online order waiting for me, and I actually felt so guilty. I was like, no, why did I do this? Talking about them now and seeing them, I'm actually more excited about them. I'm more excited about reading in general as well. So yeah, book buying hauls are great for that. Also, I did ask on Twitter whether I should act on the annual book sale or not, and all of you encouraged me. Okay, I had a poll. Should I purchase books, basically? Yes or no? Y'all said yes. So this one is on you and on Sweden. I'm not the one to blame here. I'm very excited about most of these books. A few of them are like anticipated releases, like Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Hanya Yanagihara's book. I also have some books I've never heard about before, which is quite exciting to always find some like underrated gems. So I think this is gonna be fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Please take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!